Hello, Elise.
Hello, Daddy.
Why are you so excited?
Because we're going on holiday.
Where are we going on holiday?
Mallorca.
And who's going on holiday?
You, James, Lucy, Mummy, me, you.
Since the dawn of affordable mass tourism half a century ago, Mallorca has been synonymous with package holidays. This year we wanted a simple, fun-in-the-sun holiday suitable for our 3-year-old, and so we joined the 8 million or so tourists who invade the island every year. We avoided the hustle and bustle of the capital Palma and the hedonistic nightlife of Magaluf in the east, and chose to stay at Port de Poyensa, a quieter bay at the north of the island. Our hotel was situated at the north of the bay, and we had a very pleasant 20-minute walk along the pine-covered promenade to the main harbour, restaurants and beaches. The hotel, catering for families with small children, was far from peaceful. From 11 o'clock every morning there was poolside entertainment and games for children of all ages, though there was never any pressure to join in. The reps ran a well-organised kids club 6 days a week, which enabled parents to take a break from the children for a couple of hours. And the ever-popular Thompson the dog was often to be seen leading the singing and telling stories. Whilst the hotel and beach were very comfortable, we did take one day out to see a bit more of the island. Our coach arrived the statutory 20 minutes late, and we embarked upon our journey southwest along the Tramontana Mountains, which run at the length of the northwest of the island. Just past the famous monastery at Luc, we turned onto an extremely windy road to begin our descent into our first port of call, Sa Calobra. The road, which descends some 800 metres in just a few kilometres, was designed by engineer Antonio Pavetti in 1932. Prior to this, the only access to Sa Calobra was by sea. Mallorca has no permanent rivers, but a number of torrents into which rainwater drains from the mountains. Sa Calobra sits at the mouth of one of these, the torrent de Pareis. Adventurous hikers may be tempted to make the descent into Sa Calobra along the dried-up torrent, but it's a risky business. A sudden fall of rain can turn the torrent into, well, a raging torrent, and many lives have been lost over the years. Sa Calobra itself, with its deep blue-coloured waters and dramatic 300 to 400 metre cliffs, is one of the most picturesque and photographed places in Mallorca. The mouth of the torrent, just north of the port, is accessible through man-made tunnels and provides a wide shingle beach and another bay popular for mooring. Down at the harbour we can see a swarm of jellyfish, a current threat to tourism brought on by overfishing of their natural predators. At the harbour we prepare with what appear to be thousands of others to embark upon the second leg of our journey. This time we're taking a 45-minute boat journey south along the coast to the Port de Sóller. This gives us a chance to look at the Tramontana range from the other side, to see the fascinating rock formations, cliffs and caves. The waters are calm and the skipper is relaxed and in full control. As we disembark at Port de Sóller, we see what appear to be thousands more waiting to get on the boat for the return journey. This is clearly a very popular shuttle service. Port de Sóller has for centuries served the main town of Sóller, some 5 kilometres inland. Being on the seaward side of the mountains and until recently inaccessible by land, Sóller has developed a subtly different nature to the rest of the island, as the port was its only means of communication with the outside world. After a brief lunch in this pretty port, we took our third form of transport for the day, the tram, which runs from the port to the main town of Sóller. The tram line was built in 1913, just after the railway which joins Sóller to the rest of the island. It's unclear why the railway didn't extend to the port in the first place, but whatever the reason, it's to our benefit, as we are able to enjoy this pleasant 5-kilometre rickety ride through orange and lemon groves. The town of Sóller itself contains much traditional Mallorcan architecture, including this church built between the 16th and 18th century, although the facade only dates from 1904. Our fourth and final mode of transport of the day was to be by rail. The Palma to Sóller railway was conceived in the early 1900s by Jerónimo Estades and was originally intended to take in the town of Valdemosa, a favourite tourist destination where Chopin and Georges Sand lived their famous romance. Unfortunately, money could not be found to build this route, and a more direct approach involving several tunnels, one nearly 3 kilometres long, was favoured by most prospective users. A society was formed, shares were sold, building work began in 1907 and the railway was inaugurated in 1912. The original trains were hauled by steam, and soon the novelty of the new link wore off as smoke and sparks through the tunnels made the journey rather unpleasant. Thus, as soon as electricity became available, Señor Estades began the process of installing the overhead cables we see today. The new all-electric service was inaugurated in 1929. Our excursion didn't take us to the end of the line in Palma, but dropped us off late afternoon in an industrial car park at the less fashionable north of the city. From here we took a comfortable coach ride along the main roads back to Port de Poyensa. After a shower and a bite to eat, we were off to the hotel's entertainment area, where children's and later family entertainment was laid on by professional acts and enthusiastic and competent holiday reps every night of the week. At 11 o'clock everything shut down, even the bar closed, which meant all of us could benefit from an undisturbed night's sleep in preparation for the following day's arduous tasks of swimming, sunbathing and generally relaxing in this cliché but nevertheless very enjoyable package holiday in Mallorca.